Over 1 million cats are hunted down, beaten, and burned alive across medieval Europe. Why? Because of a single sheet of paper written by a pope in 1233. You might think this is just a weird historical quirk, that this mass extermination of cats has a body count. It wipes out the only natural predator of the black rat, opening the gates for the fleas that carry the Black Death. A superstition that kills 75 million humans. Right now, you probably have a cat nearby. Or you know someone who does. They sleep in your lap. They purr on your pillow. They are the rulers of the modern internet. But 800 years ago, having a cat was a death sentence. Not just for the cat, for you too. Let's go back to the year 1233. The place is Germany. The air is cold. The streets are mud. The churches are stone. And the people are terrified. They are not terrified of war, or famine, or taxes. Well, they are. But there is something worse. They are terrified of hell. And they believe hell is walking on 4 legs, silently through the night. On June 13th, 1233, Pope Gregory IX signs a papal bull. A papal bull is an official binding decree from the head of the Catholic Church. This particular document is called *vox in Rama*. It translates to a voice in Rama. This is not a boring tax document, it is a horror story. In *vox in Rama*, the Pope describes a secret cult operating in Germany. A cult of heretics, a cult of devil worshippers. But how did the Pope know about this? He didn't see it himself. He relied on the word of a man named Conrad of Marburg. Conrad is a fanatical inquisitor, a man obsessed with finding heresy. He travels from town to town, accusing citizens of secret sins. He uses torture to get confessions, and the confessions he gets are wild. Conrad tells the Pope that during secret meetings, heretics worship the devil. But the devil does not appear as a man with horns. No, he appears as an animal. Conrad describes a bizarre ritual. First, a giant toad appears. It is as large as a dog. The heretics must kiss it. Next, a pale, emaciated man appears. He is cold as ice. His touch drains your warmth. And then, the climax of the ritual. A statue of a black cat comes to life. It is a large, black cat. It walks backward down the statue, its tail erect. The heretics gather around. They must kiss the cat's rear end under its tail. Once this is done, the lights are put out. The meetings end in wild, chaotic orgies. This is the story Conrad tells. And the Pope believes him. With *vox in Rama*, the Pope makes this story official church doctrine. He writes that the black cat is a vessel for Satan. It is not an animal, it is a demon. And once the Pope writes it, the people believe it. For the medieval mind, the Pope's word is law. If the Pope says the cat is evil, the cat must die. Let's start with what we know for certain. Before 1233, cats were useful. They were pest control. They lived in barns. They kept mice out of the grain. They were not loved like dogs, but they were tolerated. After 1233, everything changes. The cat becomes a biological symbol of heresy. If you own a cat, you are suspicious. If you are an old woman living alone with a cat, you are a witch. The hysteria spreads like wildfire. It starts with black cats. But it does not stop there. Any cat could be a spy. Any cat could be the devil in disguise. So, the purge begins. Across Europe, cats are hunted. They are not just killed, they are exterminated with religious fervor. In Ypres, Belgium, a festival is born. It is called the Kattenstoot or the Cat Parade. Every year, during the festival, the townspeople gather below the great belfry of the cloth hall. A man climbs to the top. He carries a basket of live cats, and then he throws them off. The crowds cheer as the cats plunge to their deaths on the cobblestones below. This is not done out of cruelty. It is done to cast out evil spirits from the town. In France, cats are gathered in large wicker baskets and suspended over bonfires during the festival of St. John. The crowd dances around the fire, listening to the screams of the burning animals. They believe they are burning the devil. For over a century, this is normal life in Europe. The cat population collapses. In some towns, there are no cats left at all. If you had a cat, you killed it to prove your loyalty to God. But here's the thing, nature does not care about your theology. Nature operates on simple rules. Predator, prey, balance. By removing the predator, medieval Europeans did not banish the devil. They invited a monster. So, let's reconstruct a day. It is 1348, the city of London. You wake up. The air is thick with the smell of waste. There are no sewers. The streets are open trenches filled with garbage, rotting food, and human excrement. In the past, cats would hunt the mice and rats that fed on this filth. But there are no cats. Instead, there are rats, everywhere. The black rat, *ratus*. They run along the timber beams of your ceiling. They nest in your straw mattress. They eat from the same grain bowl you use to feed your children. They are not afraid of you. There is nothing to make them afraid. Without cats, the black rat population explodes to unprecedented numbers. And the black rat does not travel alone. It carries a passenger, the oriental rat flea. Xenopsilocipus*. These fleas are infected with a bacterium called Yersinia pestis*. Inside the flea's gut, the bacteria multiply. They block the flea's digestive tract. The flea becomes starving, desperate to feed. It bites the rat, sucking blood, but it cannot swallow. Instead, it vomits the blood and millions of Yersinia pestis* bacteria back into the rat. Eventually, the rat dies of the infection. When the host rat dies, the fleas must find a new home. They jump off the dead rat. They land on your bed. They land on your clothes. They land on you. They bite, and the bacteria enter your bloodstream. In October 1347, 12 Genoese trading ships arrive at the Sicilian port of Messina. The people on the docks find a horrifying scene. Most of the sailors are dead. The ones who are alive are gravely ill. They are covered in black boils that ooze pus and blood. The authorities order the ships to leave the harbour immediately, but it is too late. The ships brought more than dying men. They brought rats. Within weeks, the disease spreads through Messina. From Sicily, it moves to Italy, then France, then Spain, then Germany and England. The Black Death has arrived. For the next 5 years, Europe is a slaughterhouse. People go to bed healthy and die before morning. Parents abandon their children. Priests refuse to give last rites. The dead are piled into mass graves, layer upon layer, like cargo. In some cities, 60% of the population is wiped out in a matter of months. And how do the people respond? They do what they always do. They look for the devil. They blame the Jews. They blame the stars. They blame the alignment of the planets. And, ironically, they blame the few remaining cats. They believe the cats are spreading the pestilence, so they kill the survivors. They do not realize they are cutting down their own shield. A single cat can kill dozens of rats in a week. If Europe had been filled with cats, the rats would have been contained. The fleas would have stayed in the nests. The bacteria would have remained in the wild, but there were no cats. Only rats, and fleas, and death. The numbers are staggering. The Black Death killed an estimated 75 million to 200 million people. In Europe alone, it wiped out between 30 and 60% of the entire population. It took more than 200 years for the population of Europe to recover to its pre-plague levels. All because of a superstition. All because a fanatical inquisitor convinced a pope that cats kissed the devil's rear. Here's the part that gets me. Medieval humans thought they were cleaning their souls. They thought they were performing a holy duty. They believed they were saving their children from eternal damnation by killing the black beast in the alley. But the universe does not care about human dogmas. It does not care about papal bulls, or holy water, or religious fear. It operates on the cold, hard laws of ecology. If you break a link in the food chain, the chain breaks you. The people of 1233 thought they were fighting a war against the devil. In reality, they were waging war against the natural world. And the natural world won. It won with a microscopic bacterium, carried by a tiny flea, riding on the back of a rat that had no predators left to fear. Today, we look back at them and laugh. We call it the Dark Ages. We mock their ignorance. We take pictures of our cats and post them online, feeling superior. But we are still the same species. We still get terrified of things we don't understand. We still create demons. And we still break the natural systems that keep us alive. In the name of our modern dogmas. We destroy forests to build factories. We pollute oceans to make plastic. We push species to extinction in the name of economic growth. We are still killing the cats. We just call it progress now. And like the people of 1233, we have no idea what is coming for us. We just hope it doesn't have yellow eyes.